Bear with me, family. Just bear with me. I hope the world get this, but because I am sharing this with everyone. Appreciate your patience. This is one of those spare in the moment, not rehearsed. But the go get it call in me. Let's go get it. Okay. So let's get started. Hey everybody, how are you today? How you doing? How you doing? First of all, good morning. Well, good afternoon. It's good night. It's still 11:19. It's not quite midnight yet. It's not quite November the 30th. We're approaching that time where we are approaching December 1st. So I just wanted to come on out tonight. I had a lot of stuff going on today. There was a lot of meetings I had to attend, and there was a lot of. Hey, Chris, how you doing, bro? You still on watch just like me? But yeah, guys, I was just out up and about, and I was looking at a few things, and some thought came to mind, and I was watching a video presentation, and some more thoughts come to mind. So I was wondering, guys, I'm going to go ahead and post it right here. And while I was up, I started looking at $1 million to multi-million-dollar homes. And I asked myself a question. I asked myself a question. As I was looking at these beautiful $1 million homes, and some are decorated with Christmas ornaments, some are completely immaculate. And I have to ask myself this question. And those of you who don't know me well, I ask myself the question is what is the 1% of the population is doing that the rest of the U.S. population not doing? Let's ponder on that for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. What is the rest of the population, 1% of the population, or maybe 10% of the population doing that the rest of the population or the 90% of the population is not doing? What are we not doing? Why are we, the 90% of the population, living our best life or our best dream? Some of you are living a life that has been handed down that you only see since childhood. I'm serious. Some of you haven't seen any changes or had never, first of all, you never left your home area. Some of you never left the city. Some of you never got a chance to experience the country and more or less the world. Some of you never been in a luxury resort. Some of you never experienced a house over 1,500 square foot. And some of you never stayed in a house that's a mansion, a beautiful mansion. And if you ask me a question, have I ever stayed in a house that's a mansion? Yes, I did. I did spend the night in one. That one, like I said, built in 1834, I have actually stayed in one. Didn't know it was a mansion at the time. Found out later it was. Looked at the rooms and looked at the floor plan, and I was like, I actually stayed in a mansion. And I was staying under the care of good friends, my godmother, and her family. But that's not the point of the matter. Is I had the opportunity. I have an opportunity to eventually visit a home that's worth over $1 million. I have an opportunity to look at homes that I was looking to purchase, which I can, that was worth over $1 million. Because my home right now is almost worth $500,000 now. So I'm here to tell you, the only percentile that is holding individuals like yourself and me back is us. We are not reaching our full potential because we don't see beyond the scales that's in our eyes. There are people who are reaching the plateau because what? Number one, I'm still up. What am I doing? I am pressing behind the scene. I am getting things done behind the scene. Behind the scene, I am reaching out to millions of people. Behind the scene, I am reaching out to hundreds of thousands of leaders who I know would be a great fit to my organization. Those who I'm reaching out to right now, okay? These leaders that are living in homes of your dreams lost a lot of sleep. They're not sleeping 8 hours. They're not sleeping 16 hours. They are sleeping maybe 2, 3, and maybe 4 hours at a time, and they may take cat naps. Cat naps. The people you honor, you endorse, the people you look up to, they all don't get much sleep. But you get all the sleep in the world and you make the least amount of money. And I'm here to tell you guys, only you can change that. I've been in the entrepreneur business. I serve our country. As you can see, I'm a disabled veteran. I served over 22 years altogether between Air Force, Air National Guard, Army Reserve, Army Active Duty. I've done all that. If there's a military school to be attended, I attended. I spent most of it except Ranger School and SF School. But I would not nevertheless didn't work toward desire to do those things. But I'm here to tell you, I've done a lot of stuff, seen a lot of stuff, travel all over this country, had the opportunity to meet the most intelligent and most wonderful people, and I met some most not so wonderful people. Worked in the civilian side, had my own business, done a lot of other stuff that most people wouldn't want to do. But I'm here to tell you guys, I just got inspired after looking at these beautiful, gorgeous homes, and inspire me, and it just reminds me why I do the things I do. All my kids are grown, so my wife, and my kids are over because they're outgrown, and that's fine. That's great. Mission accomplished. But now I'm trying to do something for my wife and I. I want to do something for myself. Yes, I love my home, my 3,600 square foot house, and it's not even about that. But I want more, and you should too. Yeah, all because when you're young, you have big dreams, goals, and aspirations. And as you grow older, and then you start getting sick, and then you have illness and shoulder, back pain, and those dreams just can't go away. And the sad thing is, guys, and I'm just having a heart-to-heart talk with each and every one of you, a lot of you lost your passion over time. A lot of you lost the drive that what made you who you are to reach that great potential, who has that ability to reach the impossible dreams. But a lot of you let go and forgot about your goals, or gave up on your dreams. I used to listen to Les Brown. I used to go to some of his events when I was much younger, and the man was talking about it is possible. He was talking about his time when he was born as a twin. His parents, his brother and him his mother couldn't take care of him, and she gave him up to her aunt. And her aunt raised him as her own child. And, he had dreams and aspirations. And he ran into some situations that there was some struggles in between. He ran and got elected for mayor. And that was a one-term thing. He took advantage of every opportunity that ever presented to him. Guy got drunk, couldn't get on the radio station, and the boss told him just play records, and he got on it and became the greatest DJ jockey known at that time in that state where he's located. And he took off because an opportunity was presented to him, and he said, "Yes, I will do it." And a lot of you, and I'm just talking, has been presented some opportunities and you rejected it. You know, a lot of times people say we got to listen to God. And I'm just want to give you a little bit of background, guys. I have been a pastor in ministry for over 22 years. That's a long time. I'm still doing ministry. My ministry is more focused on taking people out of financial bondage. Been a minister, been a pastor, been assistant pastor, associate minister, been all through that. Went to all the top schools you can think of. Been to seminary. Graduated from, I have 3 masters from Liberty Baptist Theological Seminary, 3 degrees from the Frederick L. Ray Biblical Institute with a doctoral in divinity. I have a bachelor's degree from Virginia State University in electrical engineering and minor in military science. I have a certification for Cornell, 2 certifications from Cornell University. I'm itching for grabbing another one. And one in particular is in blockchain essentials, which affects everybody's finances and the way they do banking. The other one is in artificial intelligence and how to utilize artificial intelligence to digital and to include and intertwine it with digital marketing. I'm telling you guys, the world has changed, and you have to change with it. That's the bottom line. If you want to grow in it. If you want to grow in it. I've done all those things. You know, went to most of the school, try to take every class I can take from the military, use my GI Bill to the max, and yes, Lord, I am trying to get it all. And you should too. You should not doubt yourself. You should not look at yourself that I'm not smart enough. Let's squash all that right now. Guys, you're looking at a man who flunked 4th grade, taking 3rd grade remedial because he couldn't read at his grade point level for years. Had to take the Nelson Denny class and couldn't read up to the level of expectation in college. So I had to take 4 classes just to get myself up to par that these classes did not count towards graduation. I'm here to tell you guys, I had to struggle with that. But thanks be God, years earlier, my dad bought World Book Encyclopedia. It was like the Windows 95 of computer, Google, as you can say, the computer of 2000, of the 90s, of the 80s, which opened a world of information. And I remember those books used for a set of World Book Encyclopedia was $300, which is equivalent to maybe $2,500 today. But it opened a world of information, guys. It has a lot of things that was written at Amen, Chris. Only the other people are successful. Yes, but those things my daddy got me introduced to when I was young. And my dad graduated from high school. He had his electrician certification, and he struggled raising 4 children by himself after my mother passed. And I'm here to tell you guys, because of him, I was able to get where I am. Even to overcome reading at a 3rd grade level or behind my grade point level, I was able to achieve great things and move forward and end up graduating with a doctorate, graduating with a number of certifications. And that still doesn't include my military continued education, serve as an officer in the Army, serve as an enlisted in the Air Force and Army, went to all the school, the advanced courses you can think of military can give you, and plus security clearance education and computer operations. I've worked at a lot of places, guys, and you can't tell me it is not possible to achieve your goals and dreams. You can't tell me that you can't expect something to happen sitting around doing nothing. This is now almost 12 o'clock at night. I've been up every night working behind the scenes, reaching out to people overseas, reaching out to people right here in the United States, reaching out beyond my circle. Because I'm here to tell you guys, when your circle, your friends, and your family don't support your dreams or your growth or your business, you have to venture outside of that. And that's the honest God truth. And I'm speaking to you truthfully. You have to go out. There's some people who won't support your ministry. You starting a ministry, and you have family, if your kids don't support it, if your family don't support it, your siblings don't support it, they're not going to support it. Some people just glued to where they are and happy where they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're happy with that ministry, you stay at that ministry. But I mean, if you got a business, and a lot of people will support business that don't even know them. They will support companies that never, Fortune 500 companies, they don't know you, but they know you. And they don't want to put out a word, not one word of marketing, or to say something on Facebook, to say something on Twitter, or to pick up the phone and say, hey, go see my brother. He offered these things, this, and or if you ever in need of something, talk to my sister, you know. That kind of network just don't happen in my circle. I lived almost 60 years, and I'm here to tell you with confidence, that just don't happen. Very rarely. You know, and a lot of times I try to promote my nieces and nephews. I try to promote to my family, those who are in business, you know. Some people are not in business, and they're working for industry, so, you know, they're not in commission-driven type industry that they have to go out there and hustle. I was an insurance agent. I mean, I was a financial planner for a while. I've done restaurant management. I've done car sales management. I've done all that. I was a finance manager for Credit Card America. So I've been there. I know how it is to see people who are struggling to get a car. I know how it feels that when people who health reasons could not get good life insurance. I know what it means you can't get good health insurance. So I understand all that. And that's why I'm such a diehard about entrepreneurship, getting your own, building your own, and not depending on others. You follow what I'm saying? Because you can't do it. Because I'm seeing people now struggling that shouldn't have to struggle. And I look at these homes and I see people who are homeless who shouldn't be homeless. And I'm going to tell you something. I've been homeless myself. And I pushed to get out of it. Worked 3 jobs to get out of it. Okay? Just to get out. Not to be dependent on saying, well, because some people get mentally locked in and they lose hope and they get stagnated. And they forgot how to watch this. They forgot how to balance a book. They forgot how to do a number of things. They had to get retrained, and there have to be programs available, and I know there are, that will get them to retrain, get them spun up, and get them started all over again. But you have to really have a desire to fight the mentality of staying on the streets, because I don't like the streets. I don't like the streets. It was like the scariest thing of my life. You know, when you're looking, you live in your neighborhood, and it's not the same at night, and you're sleeping in your car, or you're sleeping on a corner. Between 2 buildings, hustle up, trying to stay warm, hoping somebody won't take your money from you. That's not a fun feeling, guys. I'm here to tell you that, and you don't want that. I wouldn't wish that on my dog. But I'm here to tell you guys, there's opportunities, right? And it's possible to reach at a plateau where that generational wealth can be achieved. There's opportunities right now that people can reach where they can live the life of their dreams. I mean, whether that makes it doesn't matter the income portion, as long as you are comfortable, you pay all your bills, you don't have to worry about expenses. Just don't overdo it or get yourself in debt where you can't get out. But I'm here to tell you guys, there are opportunities out here that I have taken aside, I have done, and I've done a lot of them. I'm just like Ray Kroc at McDonald's. Y'all look up Ray Kroc, you look up Dave Thomas, they tried a lot of things, and they failed on a lot of things. And I don't look at that as a failure. I look at that as a winning situation. That's experience. That's knowledge and that's wisdom that they can always take and glean from and learn from those experiences to make better decisions for the future, which they have done so. And before they died, they became multi-billionaires. I'm here to tell you, the company is worth over $1 billion. McDonald's worth over $200 billion. If you can't understand what I'm talking about, a lot of you cannot understand the terminology of billion. Let me take that back. Let me rewind a little bit. You look on my profile picture, you see another my commander-in-chief that I served under. I served under Ronald Reagan. I served under Bush Sr. I served under Bush Jr. I served under Obama. I served under, I served under? Can't think of that. The Clintons. I served under 5 presidents, almost 6 presidents, okay? In civil service, I served under the 6th one. I'm here to tell you something, guys. Every one of them understand the language of generational wealth. Don't let it fool you. Because when they run for office, they're not in the same class you are. They're not. They're not even looking at you the same way. All they're looking at is gaining more. Former President Obama, who was already a multi-millionaire selling books, he was a fundraiser advocate. He was an advocate. That man was was worth $7 million before he ran for president. He went to one of the top leading schools, and he don't know nothing about living in the hood. Never have to, never will. His family was tight. His family was straight. They were all entrepreneurs. They were all wealthy. But let me give you some insight here. And you may disagree with me. That's fine too. That man kept moving forward. Every president that ever served in the United States, and I don't care, they act like they do the WWL thing, like I can't stand you and I can't stand you, you're a dog, and all they're doing is acting like little kids, and then when they get behind the scene, they drinking coffee, beer, and laughing at the whole thing. Okay, Donald Trump was your last commander-in-chief. I got you, bro. Mine's too. I was done in 2012. I think way before Donald Trump was elected, I was pretty much out of the federal system. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You got Bill Clinton, I had Ronald Reagan, so I guess I had an earlier start. But yeah, guys, regardless who you served under a bunch of millionaires. You served under a bunch of millionaires who have what's called super PAC. And I'm not going to get political too deep, but these guys' mindset are way of spending about millions, billions, and trillions. That's all they think about. Millions, billions, and trillions. They had $1 million amount because they had a following. They had supporters. They presented themselves. They had good marketing strategies. They had people that worked for them who were providing good marketing strategies. Okay? And who to say that you can't do what they do? But you have to be willing to take chances. They took chances. And the people that supported them took chances. And there's a lot of people put millions of billions of dollars in a lot of their campaign. But yet they're not thinking about you. They're living in homes that you can never get to. They live in a neighborhood you couldn't even drive your cars through. Been there. They don't know nothing about your pain. They feel sorry for you. And as a minister, I've been right there. I've been to places that was totally devastated. Been totally devastated. I've been deployed to places that ain't no joke, and some have you done too. So with that. But I'm here to tell you guys, a lot of you are sitting on the fence and saying everything's a scam because somebody who makes $40 million a year says it's a scam. And all they're doing is keeping you for your potential. I'm here to tell you, they're keeping you from your potential. They're living in the $1 million homes, the multi-million-dollar homes, and you're living in a house that you could barely afford. That's probably $150,000, maybe $200,000. And that's for real. Many of you don't have that millionaire mindset. And I'm looking for people, I'm just saying right now, I'm looking for people who are millionaire mindset, who are winners. You may not be a millionaire yet, but if you got the mindset to be a millionaire, you are a millionaire. You are a millionaire in the making. Okay? A lot of us want to go through a whole lifetime and spend and work for a job that we don't like and work 40 years and pay bills over $1 million that cross our hands. And we never see it because we're making minimum pay. I don't care if you make $50,000 or $100,000 a year, you're still making minimum pay. For every dollar you earn, somebody's making $100 out of it. Think about that. Okay, back to what I'm saying. So I just want to say to you guys, I want to encourage each and every one of you to take a look at what I'm doing. Take a look at what I'm doing. I'm just looking for the people who wants to win. I'm looking for people who are hungry, who's sick and tired. I'm looking for people who are struggling. I'm looking for people who are too busy. Hey, I work this shift, I work this shift. I don't have time for nothing else. I want to talk to you. I want you on my team. I want you on my wife's team, my partner's team. Because we're looking for busy people. You know why? because I pressed myself to graduate from Cornell University. I pressed myself to graduate from 3 degrees, 145 graduate hours. Do the math on 145 graduate hours, not undergrad. I'm talking about graduate hours to get plus another 200 hours. Let's talk about that. But here it is. I graduate from Liberty Baptist Theological Seminary. Okay, attended St. Leo's College, attended University of Phoenix, graduated from the Community College of the Air Force, attended and graduated from Nash Community College, attended a number of officer basic, advanced, took an officer basic for infantry, advanced course for infantry. I'm like, I am course deep. And I was working a full-time job. One day of career, I was working 12 to 15 hour to 18 hour shift, still log into class, got maybe 1 or 2 hours of sleep, got to work, got to do what I have to do, get back home, take some cat nap here and there, and I push until the weekend comes, until the time I have my day off, then I recharge. Then I still had to get my class out of the way too. So don't tell me about being busy. I have kids to wait, I have a wife to family, I got bills to pay too. So I mean, 24 hours is a 24-hour day process, guys. And what you do with your 24 hours a day that God has gifted you to have is up to you. It is truly up to you. We make too many excuses about why God didn't bless you to have this, or why things happen, or how you misappropriate funds. A lot of people don't even know how to balance a budget, more or less earn money. And a lot of it, because it's one thing, you sleep too long, you watch television as soon as you get home, you eat and watch TV at the same time instead of working to build your dreams or come up with a marketing strategy to win. That's why, and it took me a while to figure that out. That's why a lot of people are not succeeding. That's why a lot of people are not watching this video or not watching this live stream, because they're in a what I call the buy and buy mentality. The buy and buy mentality, by my definition, is a slave mentality that keeps you in the stone without progress. And what that means to you, you're not growing. You could be doing the same thing for 40 to 50 years, and when you get hurt or you get your bones start talking to you, your neck start becoming more gray, and you get weaker and weaker, and you wonder why you still gotta work, and why the so-called healthcare is not paying 100% of everything that you deserve. If you need a surgery, why you gotta pay so much of high deductibles? Because that's the way it is. Everybody's in for profit. Businesses are in for profit. I've been in that industry for a long time, took a really good look at it. I'm benefiting from my sacrifice, but I'm here to tell you guys, you sacrificing and still sacrificing, and you sleeping all day. And you don't have to. Some people just don't want nothing. Some people like happy living in a 200 square foot house. 200 square foot house. There is such thing as a 200 square foot house. Go to Japan. Go to Japan. This apartment that's 200 square foot. One room. And you have to maximize space. So you fold the bed down, you turn the chair into a bed, that's your bedroom. Put the bed back up, and pull the what do you call that thing? The thing, your dresser, that turns into a table. You put 4 chairs, that's your kitchen. Some people happy as Jay Bird like that, living in tight quarters, bumping into each other. I don't. I want space. I want a library. I want a movie studio. I want a movie room. I want a lot of other things. Okay? I want a swimming pool. I want a jacuzzi tub. I want space, because I grew up in a big house, in a semi-big house, was considered big back in the 70s. But it was a refrigerator in the wintertime and a boiler in the summertime. And I'm here to tell you, I had to endure all that thing. But I'm telling you, I have 4 brothers and sisters, plus my dad, and that was it. Some of y'all are living with 3 children in a 1-bedroom apartment. And that is not kosher. You deserve better. You should want more. You should want better. Okay? Some of you just working part-time jobs after part-time jobs, and with no benefits, with no investments, no 401, no profit share. The 401 is all right, but it's not good. Because somebody's making a profit, third-party person is making money off of you. I know about the 401. All right? Somebody's making a third party. Best to have their own control of your own investment. Why don't you do your own trading? For God. Learn about trade. Do your own trading. Go into business so you can start buying properties or commercial property so you can receive passive income. So when you get sick or you have to retire, you don't have to worry about, I need to sell everything because of Medicaid. Because Medicaid still got limitations. It ain't going to give you everything. There's people I know who are still not getting what they need, even after they don't have anything. You don't know how much poorer you got to get Medicaid. Medicaid is not worth it. It's better to make good money, make a fortune, pay for your own insurance full force, and have enough to cover all your deductible needs. And that way you can go to a health doctor, you can go to a nutritionist, and you can get occupational physical therapy, and you can hire a health coach. That's what you should want. That's what you should want. I'm sitting here right here talking to you guys, having a good time. I love what I do. I love talking to people. I love sharing ideas. And I just found out, and I'm telling you something. If you want to, you think a 7,000 square foot house and 9,000 square foot house is too big for a black man or a black woman, you need to get out more. I'm serious that. You need to get out more. You need to see people. You need to go out and travel the world. Because the people who live in those big houses, they're just one family. And you know why they got them big rooms and all that stuff? One, they want to be comfortable. Two, they like to entertain. My wife loves to entertain. We love to have guests stay with us, and we want the space. I also want in a library in my own office. I don't want to be crunched over, him one side of the bed and you on the other side of the bed trying to do my homework, and I'm phoning constantly and the kids running here. I can go into my office, shut the door, lock it, and I'm good. And you should want the same thing. You should want the same thing. And if you have friends and families coming out of town, they shouldn't have to stay at a hotel. To give them a choice, stay at a hotel. You can stay in one room. You got a private bathroom. You don't have to worry about stepping out in the hallway. You got a private bathroom. You can use the bathroom how you want, take a shower, get dressed, come out fresh, come out totally dressed up. That's the kind of thing. And we have parties or activities, cookouts, or celebrations. You could do that without having to say, well, we need to go rent a venue. You know, you don't. You got the venue, your own venue. I'm educating some of you on wealth trends. And they've been around for a long time. But you got to get that mentality out of you. For since the 1830s, people have been living in shacks. I call them shacks. Call them the slave house, the house, the outdoor. We call it the field house. You've lived in that field house too long. You should want more. But if you don't know any different, all you're going to think is this how it is. And that's not true. If you look at your leadership, look at their houses where they live. If you loving a certain political leader, look at the houses they lived before they got in the White House or in the governor's mansion. Their homes is impeccable. A lot of them never lived in as they call it, a 900 square foot, or 1,300 square foot house. A lot of them didn't graduate from state college. They went to Ivy League school, Penn State. Just to name an example, Penn State and Maryland State, University of California, Cornell University. I forgot the other one. I can't think of the other one. MIT. There is no reason why you should be begging for a job. There should be no reason that you should have to put up with negative attitude from leadership that have no quality, of no training on how to treat people or how to lead. But you put up with that stuff for a minimum pay, and I'm here to tell you there's a lot of homeless people who makes $25 an hour. I'm here to tell you that right now. There's a lot of people who make $18 an hour who are struggling. Can't afford it. Can't even afford a decent car because the inflation has gone out of this world. Inflation is out of control. People who once are homeowners got variable interest rate, they're held homeless now. Because the low interest rate days are gone. My house is 2.2%. You can try to finance that house, it will cost you $3,000 or $4,000 a month. You try to rent this house, you're going to pay over $4,000 a month. Why? Because it cost of inflation. And that inflation is real. You buy an old car, Guess what? That car is going to cost you as much as a luxury car. Don't believe me? Try it out. Those of you who are comfortable, you set, you're driving an old Betsy. When the old Betsy breaks down or somebody crashes and tears it up and the insurance deductible was too high because the insurance will give you a total loss ticket of $5,000 because that's how much the car is worth, or $3,000, and then you're going to say, what I'm going to do to get to work, what I'm going to do to go to church, what I'm going to do to get to where. Well, you have to tell your kids, say, hey, can you pick me up, take me up, because you won't be able to handle the car payments. We're talking finances here. And this is what I just looked up. And banks are failing left and right. And they're getting ready. We're going to get another earthquake of banks failures. 5 banks for Harlan Tri-State Bank, First Republic Bank, Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, First Citizen Bank. And then, of course, Citizen Bank was taken over by FDIC. First Citizen Bank is taken over by FDIC. I mean, this is one of the worst things that can happen to the financial industry of 2023. You got something happening in 2022, happened in 2021. And y'all remember back in 2008, 2009, the real estate boom went bust and crashed, and then inflation would hit. And then guess what? Guess what? A lot of people lost their home because variable interest, they got that idea of introductory variable rates, good for 2 years. Third year is variable, and whatever the market rate is and price point, that rate goes up. So you have to decide, and this is a straight talk moment, guys, from a billionaire mindset individual. You go from making a nice payment, enjoying your home, to a point where you can no longer afford to live there. And that's a sad thing. And a lot of folks got that mindset, living in homes that paid off. They go too far away from them, whatever the case may be, or the job market has changed, so they say, oh, I guess I got a downside. I'm here to tell you guys, there's no place you can downsize. Average rent is for a decent place is over $2,000 to $3,000 a month. 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1 small kitchenette, and a small living room. That's it. That's it. I've done my research. It's there. If you want something that you might have to look your back, look to your left, look to your right when you get off from work, sure. You can get $1,200, $1,500 a month rent. You sure can. And if you get a $1,500 a month rent, you don't know who your neighbor is. Because they're going to be bouncing in one wall, punching in another wall, stomping on your ceiling, or bouncing to doing the groove tonight on the bottom of you. So you don't know what you get. But if you want privacy, security, you're going to have enough income, guys, to live in a neighborhood or community that you can feel safe, that you can raise your kids in a safe community, or you can live your latter years in a quiet and peaceful community. I'm here to tell you guys, even some of the best senior living community is going to cost you. But here's the good news. The good news is, guys, things are happening. New companies are sprouting up. And the opportunity to earn a significant portion of income is there. The opportunity is there. It's possible. I'm like Les Brown. It is possible. I'm not going to put a dollar figure on it because it is possible. You name it how much you want to earn, and I'm here to tell you, you work hard at it. You promote yourself, just like businesses promote their company. You promote your own brand. You present your own brand, and you present yourself as a professional. Then you're going to get those return on your investment. You're going to get a following. But unless you do that, and you scare one of those buy and buys, you're not going to move forward. I know I'm going to make a lot of people angry, but I'm just telling it straight. That's how I see it. You're talking to a man who's been homeless. You're talking to a man who's serving in our military. You're talking to a man who's been through some storms. And what more can you throw at me? I've just had another back surgery. What more can you throw at me? I had the most excruciating pain anybody ever had, short of childbirth. What more can you throw at me? I've been shot at. What more can you throw at me? So, I mean, hey, I faced many demons and I ain't afraid. God did not give me a spirit of fear, but sound mind. The Bible teaches us not to be afraid of anything. But I'm here to tell you guys, out of love, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you like it is. You got to change the way you do things. you got to want more. If you want an education, if you want to finish school instead of finishing it in 4 years, finish it in 2 years, you got to put forth the effort. You got to lose a lot of those nights sleep. Those parties you used to go to, you got to cancel them. Hanging out with your frat brothers and sorority sisters, got to come to a close. You got to make priorities that you normally would think of doing. You got to stop going to those meetings, stop going to all this other stuff until you reach your goal. I know a lot of millionaires, some of them millionaires are my fraternity brothers. They don't have time for a lot of stuff. They prioritize for business. And when business is straight, then it's like, okay, bro, what's up? You know, they can do all that. Let's go. And party like a rock star. And after that's over, hey, back to work. I'm focused. I'm trying to expand overseas. I'm trying to reach the international market. I don't have time to play around. Hey, bro, what's up? In other words, what you want? I'm busy here. My time is precious. Guys, stop wasting time. Stop wasting time. You're sleeping all day. You're watching CNN, NBC, CBS, and all these other jazz stuff. Watching people who are making $40 to $60 million, got a heck of a profit to share, millions of dollars in profit share, and they don't care about you except to tell you lies and just keep you distracted instead of being focused. They may say live. That may be one factual right there. If you get it confirmed with other ones, you can say, okay, that's true. But in the meantime, you need to turn that thing off as fast as possible and focus on your goals and dreams. Instead of watching Hallmark TV and watching these shows that you struggling and you trying to get somewhere, you turn that TV off. You turn the radio down. You lock that door and you focus on your strategies and you focus on your dreams. You write down your goals and you write down how you're gonna your business plan on how you're gonna approach those goals and dreams. Do not try to go off memory, because I'm here to tell you, you're gonna forget. It's 12 o'clock midnight. You're gonna forget what you wanted to do, what you tried to do. So the best thing to do is have a marketing plan, have a business plan, write it down, okay? Get yourself in tune with a mentor, okay? I'm in tune with many mentors. I'm in tune with a mentor that get on the Zoom and I'm paying attention, okay? I'm on tune with a mentor I can pick up the phone and call. Everybody has a mentor, no matter, it's no longer an age thing situation. It's the wisdom thing. They reached the plateau that they're reaching. You want to reach that, you got to go to the master expert. If you want to talk about anything about artificial intelligence and digital marketing, you can talk to, and there's nobody around. Yes, I will mentor you, but you got to follow my instructions to the letter. Read this, take this class, study this, and do this. If you don't do that A and B, guess what? You're not ready. If you can't see yourself willing to lose some sleep to reach your dreams so you can sleep as much as you want, when you don't have to wake up early in the morning and fight traffic, you are not ready. Did 40 minutes go by already? Pretty much. It's 44 minutes and 14 seconds, my brother. And I'm still on fire. Look here. I got my cup of coffee right here, and I'm on fire, man. But yeah, man, there's a lot of great companies out there, but there's one company that I'm part of that has already launched and doing some great things. And it's definitely got something to do with the blockchain. It got something to do with the banking industry. It got something to do with e-commerce. It got something to do with travel. It got something to do with cruises. You better believe it. All in one stop. Just like the VA. The VA hospital in McGuire, VA. It is all in one shop. You follow what I'm saying? All in one shop. I don't have to go anywhere. I can see my chemotherapy, physical therapy, not the chemo, but go to physical therapy, have my surgery right there under the same roof. Amen. Thanks, Chris. You too. You're on it. You're on it, bro. And see, this man right here is going to be a multi-millionaire. You watch him. And as the song goes, don't believe it, just watch. He's going to prove all you wrong. He's going to prove, and he's going to reach the stars. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. But many of y'all on that by and by when the morning comes. And sometimes that by and by don't come. You know, you look to Jesus first, and you did go and then put your faith into action. Faith without work is dead. That's dead work, man. It's just nothing happening. And it doesn't fall out the sky like this. Money don't fall like that either, unless somebody shot a plane down or somebody drop a bag and you got a bag heading your way that's going to kill you. That's the only way I can see it. So, guys, on the real, you got to put some effort into everything you do. And then you got to be willing to lose sleep. Read books, material, study. I mean, you got to put some effort to it. I'm just looking, where's my book at? I mean, I got, this is all, I printed, I'm going to pull this thing up. Oh my goodness. Now, y'all see this box of books right here? All these manuals I printed out for my class. All of them. A lot of information. Marketing strategies, and I'm implementing every one. Now, I'm implementing every one of them. Just knock down my machine. There we go. I'm implementing a lot of them. And in fact, my wife got in tune because she's getting some training right now, and come to find out, I'm already ahead of the game. Now, it may not show 1,000 people under me already, or having $1 million of income right now, but I'm ready to show I'm on the right track. I'm on the right track. So you don't believe me? Just watch. Just watch. You don't have to watch either. You can just see me going, because I will move. I'm going to move. My zip code is going to change, and the vehicle I drive is going to be upgraded, and some I'm going to get. Why? Because I can. And that's because I want it. Because I can. I can do that. Millionaires live in millionaire houses because they can. People live in a house that they can barely afford because they can't. I've been there. And I've been in the streets too. But you have to decide for yourself to change that. You have to decide for yourself if you want to want more out of life and just be on that by and by. Being lazy and slothful, and I said, if I tell you to be on the call at 9 o'clock, you be on that call at 8:45. Just like in the military, you be there. If you on time, you're late. You show up on your job at your plant, just showing up at the front door at the time of the whistle blow, you're late because you put be in deep in the warehouse at your station at that hour. And they don't care how many miles, half a mile deep that building is. They expect you to be at this point, at this particular time, on time. Not at the front entry door being checked in. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? I've been in those industries, guys. I know. But I'm here to tell you guys, if you want more, you got to do more. You got to pick up that phone and call folks. You got to send those text messages. You got to post to promote yourself. You are your own brand. And nobody, I don't care what kind of product there is. I don't care if it's a TV set, remote control, body magic lotion. I don't care if it's an ink pen or a highlighter. Nobody cares about that. People are not going to buy because of that. They're going to buy from you because you're the brand and the product, and they believe in you. If they don't believe in you, they're not going to. It doesn't matter what kind of product you got. They are not going to follow you. You need at least 15 minutes for turnover. What's that, Chris? 15 minutes. That's right. Oh, yeah. Plus 15 minutes for turnover. Briefing. When I used to work Department of Correction, we had a brief. We got to be there early enough to do the brief. So at my shift, I had to be on station at 7 o'clock. I had to be there by 6:30 and be on site by 6:45 to get the brief, or the form as we call final formation, and get the brief from the commander or from the lieutenant or from the captain to get his instructions where I'm going to go. This is what I'm going to do, and then send me off. Then I got to relieve the guy from who's on shift. Then he got to go on about his business, spend time with his family. I got to be there on time. He's looking for me. He's ready to go, and he's not accepting any excuse. I mean, y'all got to have that same attitude about your life, about your business. You got to be about being on point. Even about your ministry, you got to be on point. I just show up for church an hour earlier every day. Every time we have ministry, Bible study, I'm there an hour early and I'm the last one to leave. Sunday school, I'm there an hour early, setting up, getting things ready, heating the building up before everybody's arrived in the wintertime. And sometimes people just don't show up. That's being called a leader. Leaders lead. And the military definitely indoctrinated that on me. And my brother Chris. And every veteran that's out here that may be watching. You got to lead by example. So if you want to be a leader, you want to earn how much you want to earn? I want to earn $50,000 a year. Okay, guess what? You got to be a leader. You got to be on time. You got to be on point. You got to be at your designated point. You got to send people out information. You got to send. Yeah, you call it hard as not. Only thing you have to do is take 5 minutes, send a link. What's 2 to 5 minutes sending a link? So hard. I can send a link to anyone, anytime. Sitting watching. I can sit here right now and send a link right now to somebody to watch a video. It's not hard. I take 30 minutes to send it to 50 people. But we don't want to do it. We don't want to read books about success. I got Ray Kroc, McDonald's. I got Dave Thomas' book. I have a leader. I forgot his name, but I have his story and a number of other books on how to win. And I still got those books. Great books. Great books are aspiration, inspiration. But if you don't want, and the most important one of network marketing or any type of marketing is the Bible. What started with just a few disciples turned to 2 billion people. And a movement. And that's for real. 2,000 years later, we're still at it. I see some changes. I can go there about another topic about theologically differences. But I'm here to tell you, though, 2,000 years strong. And some ministries are that old. Orthodox Church is that old, and so is the Catholic Church. Everybody else just benefit 500 years, probably, let me think, 1,500 years later. That's just where it is. But I'm here to tell you guys, unless you put forth an effort to change your life gonna always be the same. You're always gonna have to fight bad weather. I mean, I love people to get involved and they say, I don't want to move, I want to renovate my home. Well, guess what? You'll have the money to do that. Or I see people driving around with a car with the paint worn off the top of the roof, and you can see the prime and the down bare middle to metal. And they, for whatever reason it may be, they refuse to paint the top of that car. Nice car that got potentials, but they won't maintain the vehicle they have. Why? It can't say it's lack of funds. Or it is. If it is a lack of funds, then you need to do something different than your job. If your job because your job is not going to pay you in more than enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. These guys are looking out there. They're shareholders. They're looking out for profits. They're looking out for themselves. And you got to have that millionaire, billionaire mindset to understand, I got to think the way they do. I got to do this thing they do. You know what my company commander told me that woke me up? Don't do what I do, you do as I say. Did y'all hear that before? Don't do as I do as I say. He out there hanging out with full bird colonels and lieutenant colonels going out playing golf. I'm out in the field, working. One, they have confidence in me. Two, they're in a position where they can do that. It's called ranking. It's called privilege, a rank of privilege. So when you're a privileged, you can do things that other people can't do. I mean, a business owner can walk in the office at 12 o'clock during the day while everybody got to be there by 7:30 to make sure that be there right there. You better be here at 7:30. You better open the doors at 6:30. And here I am just walking in, and I'm going to get off the same time you get off. And I may not get off. And I may be just turning over and you up, getting up, fighting traffic to get to work. I've done that for over 40 years, guys. And now I'm at the point of, no, not since 2014. And I've been trying to build this dream for over 30 years. Ever since I was a kid, I was an entrepreneur. So I'm here to tell you guys, don't sit on this thing that I'm doing. Don't sit on it. It's going to change. Banking is changing. Bankings are closing down. And like I said, there's 5 banks that go, and I already read. Most of them Heartland, Tri-City. Think about the people who lost thousands of dollars, who have more than $250,000 in their account. And then they're talking about, it's a sad deal, but you got to have more streams of income, because you can lose everything overnight. You can lose everything overnight. Matter of fact, we are still in a bank crisis right now. Don't believe me? You better do some digging. We're still in a bank crisis. What do you think that we had a shortage of? Think about this. They were begging. My bank teller in my bank would say, "Hey, you got any extra quarters, extra nick dime?" Now I'm a collector of coins. Do you have any extra quarters? Because we have a shortage of coins. Because I need some change to go to the laundromat. And they're only going to give me a limited amount. They starting to ration change. May not be at your branch, but it's mine, because they already told me that there's a shortage. So what do you think the U.S. Mint's doing? They're still making collectible coins, but guess what? Circulation coins are being reduced. You understand what I'm saying? Circulation coins are being reduced. Y'all do your own homework, and don't do no Wikipedia stuff. Look for articles, okay? Or go to the Library of Congress, go to the U.S. Mint, go to the Federal Reserve. Go to the Federal Reserve. I dare you. I challenge you. Go to the Federal Reserve. Things are happening. Policies are being initiated. Federal Trade Commission. That's another thing you want to look at too. Start reading. Now, see, I can tell y'all right now, y'all not going to do it because I told you. I put water in front of you. You won't even drink it. I put water in front of a lot of people and they won't drink. I put food in front of people, they won't eat. And they say they're starving and they're thirsty. So, maybe they're not starving them. But I'm trying to tell you, people are hungry out there and they get it. They get it. They're not lazy. It's almost 1 o'clock. It's 12:15 and I'm still rolling. And I'm going to send some other stuff out. And guess what? I'm it for the night. I got to get up early in the morning and start all over again. Sometimes I watch the sun go down and I watch the sun goes up. That's how hungry I am. And that's how I'm able to finish college so fast and get all these courses underway, because I put in the effort. And don't tell me that because you have children. I was doing it while my little girl was 2 years old. I was doing it when I had my grandchildren here, all 3 of them. So don't tell me you can't prioritize time. Baby sleep, wake up, baby sleep. Guess what? Do your thing while the baby's sleeping. Do your research, do your papers, send your emails out, talk to your team, or get as many people as you can, and make it happen. Oh, announcement. I got an announcement too. Let's see where I can go there. But guys, y'all ought to go to my Luxury Living and Beautiful Homes page. I got over 8,400 followers. You definitely want to take a look at that, because look at some of these beautiful homes. And it's all about the dream. It is all about the dream, guys. I'm here to tell you it's all about the dream. Let me go to my page right here, my front page. Because, let me see here. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let me see here. All right. I'm going to put this out. This Saturday, if you're in the Petersburg area, Richmond area, surrounding counties, Nottoway, Charlottesville area, if you can make it down this far, right in Petersburg, we are having a breakthrough experience, okay? And it's going to be at 1700 Holly Hill Drive, Petersburg, Virginia, okay? It's open to the public. I'm putting this invitation to you guys. There's some Some great things about to happen. I tell you, it's going to change the way how you look at life. It's going to break those spiritual bondages or financial bondages from you. You definitely want to go to this ministry and check it out. It's going to be at 2 o'clock, December 2nd. I'm looking for you to be there. It's a breakthrough experience. All right? It's called a breakthrough experience. I want to see you there. My wife and I will be there. And guys, it's an event that you don't want to miss, okay? Oh yeah, never not forget Dave Diamond Cox. Don't forget. And there's another guy who started Uber. I forgot his name. What's the name of the founder of Uber? I usually have all that stuff right in front of me. But today, I didn't pull everything out because it was just a last minute. It was just a last minute, guys. David, hey Chris, you remember who's the founder of Uber? Now I can tell you, David Diamond Cox was an innovator all by himself. Matter of fact, we were in the same company together years ago. You know, he passed away, God bless his soul, but I'm telling you, this man was definitely an innovator in the industry. This man made things happen. This man did not accept any excuses, and he was always a go-getter. He was always a go-getter. That's a good brother. Oh yeah, he did own a lot of IHOPs in New York. And did a home-based business. Yes, he did. And matter of fact, definitely much respect to his family for their loss. I mean, I'm saying it now, even though I said it then. But yeah, he was definitely a good brother. He was definitely a man who owns, he was a black-owned businessman who owns all those IHOPs. Travis Kalanick. Yeah, Travis Kalanick. Yep. He's founded Uber, and I'm going to tell you, he went through some trials and tribulations. That man owed the IRS money, and they was getting ready to lock him up until he had to, unless he pulled that stuff together. But it took a snowstorm in the Paris, France. He was attending a conference, and that changed his life. And let me tell you something, an idea can change your life if you listen. And some of y'all not listening. Some of you say you hear God's voice, but when God's speaking to you, a lot of y'all close the door or close your ears and put some headset on, and and you've been praying for a breakthrough, and here comes the good Lord open a way for you, and you're like, that's a that in you, Lord. You got to be kidding me. I'm not going to do it. I listened to God. I heard his voice. I wrote 3 books because of that. I listened to God. I hear his voice. I took over. I took a lot of opportunities that a lot of times I wouldn't even do. I would never took. But because I listened, I gained a lot of wisdom. I gained a lot of experience. And it definitely made an impact on a lot of my decision making where I could be the man who you see today. I'm here to tell you that's the truth. But you got to get out of that buy stuff, guys. You got to get out of that slave mentality. You got to get out, because ain't nobody, I'll tell you what, somebody not holding you back is you. I tie a piece of plastic, this is like me tying up a donkey. And I use this illustration a lot. You take a donkey, right? A donkey's strong, stubborn too. A donkey can pull weight. It can carry a lot of weight. Okay, they use it for all as far back as ancient time. You tie a donkey to a piece of plastic furniture. Outdoor plastic chairs, y'all know what I'm talking about. You tie him to that plastic chair, I guarantee that donkey won't move. You ingrain that donkey not to move, and guess what? He'll stay right there. He could walk away, took that chair away from with him anytime he want. Because his mind wasn't right, his mind been brainwashed for years. That donkey, because he's been tied up so long, you could probably take that rope and drop it on the ground. He won't go nowhere. Because he still thinks he's being held by a pole or some type of restriction. And I'm here to tell you, a lot of y'all living like that. A lot of y'all living like that. I know I'm preaching to each one, but I'm here to tell you guys, y'all living like that. Travis took that opportunity from a snowstorm, had to pay almost $800 just for somebody to take him home. in a snowstorm because none of the cabs were available. And then he came with the idea, suppose I can catch a cab, I can take his phone, turn his phone into where it can summon the cab, pay the cab, and I don't have to dig into my pocket for anything, and I can track the cab. And that's how Uber got born. That's how Uber got born. And you know how much Uber is worth now? He had his startup money, and people thought he was crazy. He got with some investors. It's going to sound familiar in a little bit. He got with some investors who trusted him and invested in the company and raised $1.4 million. $1.4 million was raised. Guess what? No investors got paid. The company is worth $200 million. It's totally profitable. And guess what? The man's a big, $200 billion. That's how much the company is worth now. But guess what? Travis is a billionaire. And a lot of his friends who went with him are billionaires. Oh, don't get me started. I'm on Facebook, right? You're on Facebook. Well, Mark Zuckerberg sent an invite to 5 of his friends. He went to 5 of his friends, only 2 showed up. He invited 5 of his friends to his dorm. Only 2 showed up. Those 2 friends of him that got started with him are billionaires. Think about this, guys. This is my life. I'm not going to touch on it too often, but as you know, when you start seeing me get quiet and you start seeing me disappear less of me, you know, hey, that's pretty much it. I'm done reaching out to you. People come to me now. I don't have to look for anybody. That ship is coming. But I'm here to tell you, while the grass is green and fresh, and the rocket booster hadn't kicked in, I think many of you need to get with me, especially if you want more. If you think this thing's a joke, try it out, and if it all fails, quit. Quit. If you come in, guys, I'll tell you what. If you come in and become a member for $25 and things don't work out, I'll give you $25. I'll give you a gift card worth $25. You can do whatever you wish with it. Sound like a fair deal? You don't have to cost you anything, right? Those who become DBOs, you don't want to do it within 30 days, you can say, hey, within 30 days, I quit. Company going to reimburse you your money. So how much is it costing you now? Now, if you gain money out the deal, pure profit, then guess what? You made money, you have no excuses. You have no excuses. So, guys, I just want to share my thoughts. I was just thinking about those 1 or 2% or those 10% of the population that's doing very well for themselves, don't have to get up on early, don't have to go to bed early, don't have to get up early, don't have to answer to nobody. Somebody else is cooking their food. Somebody every other week is cleaning their house. And if you look at me like I'm all crazy, it's like, well, why you gotta clean up? You gotta clean all that house. I said, no, I don't. I pay somebody to do it. When somebody gotta cut all that grass, you gotta cut all that grass. Shh. Millionaires pay people to cut their grass and do their landscape. Don't you know that? They pay people with a mindset like you to come out there and take care of their yard. Stop thinking that stinky thinking and get on the real deal and try to get yours where you don't have to do that either. People miss opportunity because they want to be like that donkey that's tied up to that plastic chair. Don't be that by and by donkey that's standing on the plastic chair waiting for permission from the plastic chair to move. Are you hearing me? I hope this be a blessing to you guys. But anyway, it is what it is. 1% of the population living in beautiful double-digit million-dollar homes, and you ask yourself, what is the things that these big millionaires and billionaires are doing? These millionaires and billionaires are working to get where they're going. They work to get where they are by not sleeping too long and educating themselves and taking risk. Taking risk and investing. If you say to me that you don't have enough money to do anything, then you need to start looking at something a little different in your life to gain more money so you can get involved. Because if you're not making enough, then you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. And by the time you're 40, 50, or 60 years old, with $400 in Social Security, not enough, then the next step is what? Homeless shelter. And they'll take all your money from there. If you go into a nursing home, a cheap nursing home with poor quality of standard of living, guess what? They got all your money. You have nothing. And you got a roommate who don't even want to be with, and you got little old raggedy furniture that you got. That's all you got is a bed and a raggedy dresser and one little TV, and that's it. You go from a house with furniture to, that's what I call downsizing of hell. That's what I call downsize of hell. Because you didn't prepare yourself and you didn't believe in yourself. It's not about you believing in me or anything else. You just don't believe in yourself. I'm going to get where I'm going to go. I'm going to take my wife. I made a promise to my wife to make sure that she live her best life. She's my wife and myself, because truth be told, remember I told you earlier, had 2 back surgeries, had a number of procedures, and I'm a disabled veteran. I hurt all the time. I can't do all that hood stuff no more. So guess what? Use your brain. I work while I'm able to work. I sacrifice while I'm able to sacrifice. I put in the time, and it paid off. Now I'm king of my destiny. Don't have to ask permission for nobody. Living in the home of my dreams, driving the car of my dreams, paying bills, pay the whole thing off. That's me. Did I have great jobs that offer me all that? Nope. You just got to be smart. You got to be smart. Some people jobs you can't get. I didn't get all these jobs that pay $75,000, $100,000 a year until I came back on active duty and got myself promoted up. And I still wasn't a $50,000 or $100,000 a year either. I just was smart with my money. I invest in myself. You got to invest in yourself too. Stop making excuses. Stop sleeping all the time. Stop staying in bed. And for God's sake, stop watching TV. You stop watching TV. You read books. You read manuals. You learn. You get in an institution to learn how to win. You're coachable. You're gonna get there. You may not get over there overnight. I'm gonna tell you that, because that won't happen. But you get there. When you start working on your job, did you get promoted to the position that you retired in overnight? No, it was a process. It took you 30 years, didn't it? It took you 40 years. It took you 20 years for others. And I'm gonna tell you something. You're talking about getting paid. You start on the job. Some people have to wait a whole month before they got their first paycheck. Some people have to wait 2 weeks before they got their first paycheck. So don't make that give us like where my money is and stuff like that. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. You get paid when you put in the effort. You're going to get paid, and when that thing comes in, it comes in. But I'm here to tell you, just like you got to be patient on your job, you got to be patient on this. You got to put in forth. You get in what you put out. My wife and I, we got paid. My partner got paid. All right, and we try to help people in general get paid. You don't want to get paid, then it's not for you. It's not for everybody. If you got a mentality like that, it's not for you. You have no interest in helping people reach their goals, and you don't have no goals or dreams of your own, it's not for everybody. Everybody don't qualify. Everybody don't qualify for their destiny because they're not made for it. I've had to realize that. It is not for everybody. Some people can't comprehend the mindset. People can't comprehend. They have to be told what to do by the numbers. Get up. Go to bed. Get up like an inmate. Go to bed. Sweep this floor. They have to be told countless. Get up. Go to bed. Sweep the floor. Wash the dishes. Cook this meal. Put this meal back. Prepare for the next shift. Do it again the next day. That's all they know. That's repetitive lifestyle. And they may pay you $15 to $25 an hour, and you're broke, still broke. And you got 4 kids. Some of you got 5 kids. Some of y'all paying child support. Some of you got student loans that hadn't been paid. My student loans paid for. Some of y'all got $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 worth of student loans, and you're working a job that don't even afford you to pay them. I know. I've been there. I don't make enough to pay mine off, but I pay mine off. My undergrad and my graduate. And that was a doozy too. But sometimes you got to be willing to do the fight, the good fight, to get where you need to be. And I'm here to tell you guys, there's no more excuses. The economy is changing. The United States ain't going to be big dog forever. And as long as we still producing the quality of people, that's the quality of workforce that we got now, I see Europe going to be going to bounce, or Mexico going to take on. Because Mexico is hungry. Mexico is hungry. And they working it. And they train their children to do the same. Asia world, they hungry. Europe, they hungry. Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, they hungry. And they come on here for opportunity. They come in here straight up because they can't get it where they live. And you right here on that by and by, rocking your tail, getting fat, eating them quarter pounder with cheese, large fries, and a shake every day, eating that bad food. While they come in here eating, they cooking their food, they eating wholesome food, and they studying. They studying. They doing their homework. They doing their due diligence, and they're going to win. And they're going to be your boss. They're going to be your employer. They may not even hire you. Why? Because you may not have the capabilities to do what they want you to do. I'm here to tell you. Hey, I'm on live right now. Always not. Always not. You hear me? I know you're tired, baby. Thank you. That's my wife. That's my beautiful baby. She bought me some curds and whey. It's past 12 o'clock. Time to take my meds. But anyway, guys, I hope I've been a blessing to you. Because great things are happening right now. And like I said, you got guys who are grinding. You got guys who got 1 million followers grinding. Like Sonny and King Pinion. All right. They grinding. You got guys that look just like us, or look just like all of us, look like Chris, look like me, look like everybody else. They got making millions of dollars. What's the difference between them and you? What's the difference between this air that they're breathing and the air that they're breathing? Does the air that they breathing give them some superpower? No. They grind, just like I'm doing right now. And I may never, and I don't expect to have 1 million followers. I don't expect to have a lot of people watching my videos, but I'm going to be consistent. Denzel Washington said it best. Those who dreams without goals are just dreams. Dreams without goals are just dreams. Chris, if you think about it, type that word for me. Dreams without goal is just dreams. If you don't apply discipline, consistency, and make the commitment, you'll never start and you never finish. Don't ever tell me that you're going to do something that you ain't going to do. Don't ever come to me and waste my time and say, I'm coming in, sound like somebody on a sharecropper. I'm coming in, master. I'm going to do it, master. I'm going to do it with a smile on the face. And don't do it. Just tell me you won't do it. I'd rather for you to tell me straight up, I am not going to do it. I'd rather tell me straight up no, than to say, be on that by and by, don't say nothing when I emailed you or called you. I'd rather for you to say, no way, Jose, than to say, I'll do it. I'll come in December. I'll come in December 31st. Then that December 31st become January 27th. Then January 27th become next year. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my partner's time. Obama don't play that. Bush don't play that. Clinton don't play that. And definitely Trump don't play that. $1 billion. It's not about what you like or you don't like. Why? Because somebody who earned $40 million a year are teaching you how to think. You got to think independently. I chose to think independently. If it can't, because I'm telling you what, if somebody teaching you, telling you how to think, they can control you. I'm uncontrollable. You can't sway me either way. I'm a Psi Upper and I'm a Silver Ferris guy. So, sir, you can't play me. You could get away maybe one time, but after that, I got you locked on target. My range fighter is locked on you, and you can't fool me more than that. And once I get locked on you, may God help you, because your reputation is done after that. But anyway, guys, I just want to share my views of why 1% is winning, why that 1% or 10% is winning and getting theirs, and you're not getting yours. Remember the promise: a few acres, 2 mules, and a few acres, 10 acres of land. Go get your 2 Bentleys and go get your BMWs and 20-acre oil estate, like these guys are getting. Get that. The only people getting their promises are the one who don't sleep all the time, or to sit back and read books and do not watch television and love shows and soap operas all the time. Not saying I don't take a relaxing moment, but you got to grind first. You got things to do. You got children to raise. You got little babies sucking on milk bottles, and you got to build a future for them. Not just for yourself, but for them too, or if not, for your spouse. So don't be lazy. Don't be on that by. Get up. Get up right now. Take a deep breath. Pick up a book and read it. Put the cigarette down. Leave the alcohol alone for a good 2 or 3 years, and focus on your dreams. Guys, I enjoyed myself. I hope I hadn't bored you too much with my qualm joke, because I'm going to tell you something. Next time you see me in one day or the other, down the road, I'm going to be somewhere else with people who are like-minded. I want to be around like-minded people. You like-minded like me, we can talk. If you're not, hey, how you doing? I'm going. That's just simple as that. Nothing personal. I don't hate, but I'm here to tell you I don't have time to waste time. I'm not going to talk about football games. I'm not going to talk about who's a Jet going to be. I'm not going to talk about the New York Giants, and I'm definitely not going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk about winning. Let's put some strategies together. Let's go out there and fight the good fight to win. And that's it. And pastors, you got a congregation that's struggling and broke. Well, let's say you want to get a new car, you need a new church to provide you a new house to live in, or to get the one you living in refurbished. And guess what? They need better and more income, and grandma and grandpa ain't got it. Not with no minimum wage, which give them minimum child Social Security. You need to get with these young folks and say, hey, let's become business owner. Let me get you a become millionaire. And gal, hey, 10% of a million is 100,000, right? 100,000 times 25 people. Guess what? Anyway, you know the number. I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm not a Malachi type person. I'm a Jesus Christ person, and that's where it's at. I let my words in my mouth and the meditation in my words in my mouth and the meditation in my heart be acceptable in His sight, because He's my Lord. He don't care about my money anyway, because He created everything, and it's kind of hard to pay somebody who don't need it. All He say is want your reasonable service, and He said, "Come unto me." He didn't say pay me. That's a pimp talking about pay him. You gonna pay Jesus? I never heard no mess like it. But anyway, guys, this is Reverend Dr. Antonio Airborne. Going to sign off. Guys, y'all be good to yourself. Be good to your family. Take what I'm saying to heart. Stop playing around. Be the best student that you can be. Be the best entrepreneur you can be. Be the best worker you can be. And capitalize what you got around you so you can win. And guys, don't sleep on this thing I'm doing, because it's Uber on steroids. Airborne out.